He's awake after diarrheaing and peeing. No voms, I don't think yet. Oh, there he is, cleaning his butt. Thank you so much for cleaning your butthole, baby. So that you're not tracking diarrhea everywhere. So considerate. So I wanted to show those of you who recommended that I put Fortiflora. I do have this. I try to put it in his food. He doesn't eat it most of the time, but because you guys suggested it, he's been eating this food today. I'm going to cut up the bigger pieces that he can't chew. I'm going to put some Fortiflora on here, and I'm going to put some fresh food on top. And hopefully he can eat some of this Fortiflora so he can stop diarrheaing. It's probiotics. Hopefully it can make him feel better too. On top of solving the diarrhea problem. Shit ain't cheap, but I'll do it. I'll hope that he eats it. Sometimes he won't touch his food after I put this on, but I kind of just hope he doesn't poop his life out of his butt. This is the food he's been going off on. Extra gravy Friskies. He used to not like this. Now he likes it. I can't tell what's happening with this cat. Hey babes, I've refilled your food. I'm gonna put it in the bedroom. I hope you eat it. It's got probiotics. It's food for you. Go ahead, have it. I'll leave you to it. Alright guys, I'm exhausted. I don't know what is going on with YouTube, but I cleaned up diarrhea. Mostly. You know how it is. My life is just a fecal matter test tube now. Hi baby. Hi. What you doing? You didn't like the food I put out for you? Of course you didn't. I put expensive probiotics in it and you didn't like it. Hi. Yeah, I know. I know you feeling sad, right? Right? I know. He's starting to remind me of when Grandma stopped eating. Just couldn't keep food down, couldn't swallow it. Runny poops. I'm taking a break, waiting for the dough to relax and chill a little bit before I roll it out. I'm supposed to roll it out really, really thin, 1/8 of an inch thick, and then I'm supposed to roll it up into a log and then cut little pieces of spirals for the lamination. So that's what I'm taking a break on. I don't know why the last live broke. It could be that my phone overheated, so it could happen very easily again. I'm not plugged in right now, so I'm gonna set myself a 20-minute timer maybe, and plug you back in once you cooled off a little bit. I think Eliza said the longest one was 5.5 hours. So we were trying to break the record on the last one, but YouTube would not have me do that. So, or my phone, I don't know. My phone was still streaming, by the way. Like, I saw myself. I even saw my chat that I typed on the screen reflected on my phone screen. So I know there was connection from my computer to my phone. My phone was still live, but somehow the live itself wasn't loading, so I'm not sure what happened there. It don't matter though, guys. Life is one long live stream, isn't it? This is a really delicious dinner. I'm so happy I cooked my cabbage in the Instant Pot, because there's a few things that comfort me as much as mashy cabbage, well spiced with imitation crab. This is my girl dinner, my raccoon girl dinner, my trash panda girl dinner, my New York City rat dinner. We also have this poppy seed. Wow, it's so dark you can't even see it. There you go. That I think I need to add something to make it more there. It's not quite there yet. I don't know what it is. It might need some tahini, honestly, or like sunflower seed butter. I'm gonna experiment. I have this sunflower seed butter. I think it might go really well, and it actually, I'm just going to mix in a little bit and get it chunked and see what it tastes like before I add more. Sorry, what did you guys find with the nutritional info? Did anyone look up the nutritional info of poppy seeds? Is it fatty? Is it proteiny? Is it fibery? Yes. The sunflower seed butter makes it taste like halva, which I love. I love that it tastes like halva. Gonna mix in like a glob of it. It's like maybe 2 tablespoons. Calories. Wow, there's 500 calories in here? Okay, 20 grams of protein. Interesting. Okay, a lot of fat. Got it. And a lot of fiber. Wow, cool. Thank you for running those numbers. Wow, 20 grams of fiber in here. I'm gonna shit my pants. Just me and Memo over the litter box. Taking turns. I think 1 gram of fiber is 4% of your daily recommended intake, so 20 grams would be like 80%. Oh, yes. I was trying to think up of what other chronic illness Memo might have earlier. Pancreatitis, that's the other one. IBS, pancreatitis. He could be going through some sort of cancer too, who knows. But back in January is when I decided I would not take him in for further diagnosis. That vet visit stressed him out so much, and the vet honestly just told me to like get ready to put him down because the numbers look so bad. So he's just been kind of riding on extra credit days. This week, because he's been so sick, I've been thinking about calling the at-home euthanasia, but like he's still active, he's still enjoying life, he still has enough energy to get out of bed and bounce up and down sometimes and get chased by me, and he's still eating despite all the diarrhea, and he's still enjoying pets, and he's still looking outside at the window and tripping at birds. So I'm not ready to call it yet. I don't think he is. I remember back in January and February when I was really like mourning his impending doom, one of you or several of you actually told me like they'll let you know. And I've literally asked him, I was like, are you okay? Are you in pain? Do you want me to call it? Are you done? And I haven't sensed him saying yes yet. But I think he will. We've been having a lot of like very intense staring sessions, like not threatening stares, just like looking into each other's eyes sessions. And I think I'm truly a crazy cat lady now with probably a lot of toxoplasmosis in my brain, but like sometimes he looks at me and I think this cat loves me. Like not in that like loves me way, but like I think this cat really appreciates me. It just feels like he looks at me in this way that's just like, man, you're here for me. What a life. He also looks kind of tired, but also like very at peace with things. And maybe that's just me projecting onto him, but I really do feel like there is something to this dynamic with Memo that feels surreal sometimes. I feel like he has this almost communication thing going on with me that's like nonverbal. Alright, we're gonna taste this again. I'm so happy with that. Wow. I didn't like eating the sunflower seed butter on its own. I made this and I was like, oh, I ruined a whole batch of sunflower seeds. But no, it's perfect in this. It tastes like black sesame sunflower seed halva. Absolutely delicious. I think for this one I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla because it feels like a Western flavor that would benefit from some vanilla powder. This is straight up powdered vanilla pod, so the whole pod is in here. I'm gonna see what that does. So the good thing about the powdered vanilla is, unlike vanilla extract, there's no alcohol in there. So if you're not like cooking it again, you won't get that kind of bitterness from the hard liquor that's in vanilla extract. And I'm gonna add a dash of cardamom extract. Hi! And a little extra vanilla extract. This vanilla extract is made with rum and bourbon. I think it's gonna be real smooth. Just a little dropper of this. And a little dash top of this. Happy early birthday, Lee. We're both Libra babies. Happy Friday, Cougaressa. Cougaressa, what a name. Wow, is that a lot of calcium? I don't know my mineral daily recommended intake, but thanks. Thanks, Eliza, for looking those up for us. Okay. I'm really happy with this. I'm very, very happy with this. I think all I need is just a little more honey. Do we have any horoscope queens and or kings in the chat? Do you have any star readings for us? Any guides to what's coming up in our lives this next week? Okay, yes. Great consistency. Good hold. What's the Atlas? Is that a new movie? Note to self, coconut oil, really bad decision for this dough. Terrible decision. Nothing freezes at the same rate. Nothing chills at the same rate. Look at how much is fragmenting the dough. It's creating cracks everywhere. Now you know. Oh. The comet or alien ship circling our galaxy. How do we know it's there? How do we know if it's, do we know about other galaxies? I always wonder. How do we know? Do you think we're gonna see aliens in our lifetime? Are we close? Do you think we're actually an experiment / simulation? Has anyone asked this of ChatGPT? I'm very curious what ChatGPT would say about all this. Oh, this is tiring. 469 grams plus something else. I forgot how much dough we had, but I think it was like 750 or something like that. 750 divided by how many balls do we have? I have a lot of balls. We have a lot of balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 30 balls plus whatever poppy seeds we get. Let's just say 40 balls. 750 divided by 40, that's 20 grams. I don't think we have enough dough for all of these. So we'll just have to see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like an alien, you know? And I do feel like, given the amount of neurodivergent friends that I have that I get along with way better, I might truly be neurodivergent. And so I do feel like an alien. There are just so many things that quote unquote normal people do that I never understood. And a lot of people are just, I remember even in college, people are just like, why don't you want to do this? Why don't you want to do that? Why don't you live life a little? Why don't you enjoy? And I'm just like, what is fun about this? If you tell me what's fun about this, I might want to do it, but that don't seem fun to me. And that's been a lot of my life. And you know, for the longest time, I chalked it up to cultural differences because I was like, I'm Chinese, I'm an immigrant, I grew up with Chinese parents who are more conservative, it's a cultural difference, maybe I'm just not American enough to understand it. But now that I've met both Americans and immigrant Americans, we feel very similarly. I'm starting to wonder if it's not just culture. Yes, Eliza, great point. I will love snacking on these since every part of this project is delicious and edible. What a workout. What? I need to eat some things. There are a lot of things blocking your view. You should complain and ask for your money back. This show. Man, I don't think I'm gonna get to an eighth of an inch. That seems impossible, man. I do think this dough will have to rest overnight in order for me to be able to roll it out even more to turn into wrappers. So I hope you're not waiting for me to make the mooncakes tonight, but we'll get most of the mooncake prepped tonight, and we might have to bake on Saturday, tomorrow, or Sunday. But yeah, this dough has been through too much tonight, and I think it has to rest for the gluten to be fully malleable to become wrappers without me struggling every bit of the way and crying. Nope, this is the only rolling pin that I have, and it is the only rolling pin that I love because it gives me maximum control over exactly where I want to pass the pressure onto. I also want to look at her diagram for how she cut this dough up. Oh cool, she used a star anise to press on the food coloring. That's awesome. Alright. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, her dough looks way more relaxed than mine. I think I overworked my dough for sure after all the mistakes and missteps tonight. But it's good. I love mistakes. I only learn when I make a mistake. I only really recall my lessons when they hurt. I learn so slowly, but if it hurts, I learn faster. And maybe I don't need to get it so thin. Maybe my laminations will just be a little bit lackluster, you know? But we tried it. It's our first attempt. Next year will be better. How's Narita? We're making mooncakes. Look. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Look. I made vegan salted egg yolks. Do you want to try one of these weird Frankenstein mooncakes? I have a peanut sesame brittle filling, and I have a jujube almond filling, and I'm gonna make a poppy seed filling so that you can fail your drug tests. But I can make you some with salted egg yolk. It's vegan, so it's made with mung beans and miso and nutritional yeast. How's Japan? You like natto? Oh my goodness. What a day. Truly what a day. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. We're gonna get to as close to 1/8 of an inch as we can. I'm gonna get carpal tunnel. That's what that's my words. Oh god. That's pretty close, man. I think we did gosh darn good. I'm gonna do 20 more passes maximum. Push this shit out of the way. Go. Yes. Alright, I'm calling it. It's huge. It's a huge rectangle. I'm gonna make sure it's not sticking too bad. And we're gonna start rolling it. Okay. Rolling it. Roll it up into a very long log. We're gonna roll it up into a very long log because this way it gets more laminations. Each roll is basically you layering all of your current laminations onto each other. And then we're gonna try to cut discs out of this log to form each wrapper. What do you mean there's a way to get it off without your hands? What? You can get the wrapper of a natto? What wrapper? You know what? I'll just watch your stories. I will just watch your stories. Having a hard time visualizing. Eliza, does this look anything like when you made mooncakes? Am I doing it right? I'm not selling these, obviously. They're so experimental. So yeah, I'll offer it to friends. I actually don't know how they'll taste, but we'll see. I don't think we're gonna get enough logs. I don't think we're gonna get 40 logs out of this, friends. I think I made them too big. I think I should have gone longer in the other direction. Unfortunately. But it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, this is not gonna give me enough mooncakes. So maybe I end the night here by chopping this into half, wrapping it up, waiting it until tomorrow when it relaxes. Hi, Koreatown. I can eat these all myself too, yeah, if they don't turn out well and I don't want to subject my friends to it. I'm gonna leave this log over here and just cover it up with our plastic wrap, and I'm gonna let it chill out just at room temperature because that coconut oil is so, it's not a good idea for me to fridge this again, honestly, because that coconut oil was such a fatal mistake. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to portion out this poppy seed filling. Move all my egg yolks to one side. Oh my god, they're so cute. They're so cute. Okay. I am rarely this delighted with my own creations. I also do think I'm getting high off of this poppy seed. I'm not joking. It being an opioid derivative, originator, whatever you want to call it, it's definitely getting to me. There is something very potent in these poppy seed balls. Drugs, friends, drugs. What's your next step, Erin, if you're still here? Where's your next stop? Ooh. No, never. I would never put Bailey in a mooncake. That's absolutely too sacrilegious, honestly. Yeah, Bailey in a mooncake just feels wrong. I don't know why, but I don't think mooncakes deserve that treatment. That feels like the Disneyification of mooncakes to me, and like I think mooncakes have already been kind of mainstream enough and toyed with, but I won't be the one putting Baileys into a mooncake. That's where I draw the line. Coffees and teas okay. Hell, I'll even put like a really expensive baijiu as a little flavoring agent, or like a fancy cognac, but Bailey's just doesn't feel like a fancy enough liquor to me. I don't know how to explain it, but mooncakes, even though I like having fun with them, they feel very meaningful to me. Hello, Vanita. I have no idea who you are, but hello. Kuala Lumpur. Malaysian on my cuisine, it's okay. I would say I would be happy to eat it. I would most likely not ever feel lusty enough to seek it out, but I think it is a heavier version of comfort food than Vietnamese cuisine is. I think if I could only eat one out of either Malaysian or Vietnamese for the rest of my life, I would pick Vietnamese, because Vietnamese food just feels comforting and clearing to me. I think Malaysian food feels a little heavy, but it's delicious. Malaysian food is like perfect once or twice a year. Vietnamese food I could eat like 5 days a week. So, yes. There's ice cream mooncakes now? Who's making this shit? Amazing, 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 amazing. Yum. Wow. Okay. Flaky skinned halva poppy seed mooncakes. This shit could be bomb, as the kids say. I'm making mooncakes. I'm making mooncakes. photo. Let's take a photo. Let's take a photo in the dark, y'all. Absolute darkness. You like this party? Hope that was fun for you. It was fun for me. No idea if this is laminated at all. I'm gonna wrap a 10 and 10 split, I guess. Too big, too big. All right, we're gonna do a halva one first since that one's smaller. Wow, you're supposed to be able to work these and wrap them totally? Damn. Okay. My dough work definitely leaves something to be desired. Shit is unraveling itself. Trying to like piece it together. What a mess. 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 What a The seals are probably the hardest things to get right in Chinese, like pastry or buns or dumplings. They're just hard, man. I don't know what to say. But we're doing our best. You know, and they're cute, okay? We're doing our best, and they're cute. So, I'm going to use a baking sheet. And I don't think I'm going to parchment this. I think it'll be totally okay because the dough is already so fatty. There's no chance of it really sticking. I just want to make sure that this tray is clean, which it is not. Okay, honestly, the hardest thing for me is going to is trying to remember what fillings what. So we'll see what happens to this batch. I'm just going to trim the smallest possible circles. You can sort of see a spiral. You see that spiral? Okay, we'll see. Aaron's Instagram profile name is like Aaron, all spelled the wrong way. Because a lot of people misspell his name. And he was like, there you go, that's all the ways to not spell my name. Yeah, there's definitely gonna be some cracks here. Sushi places. Definitely not I. Here's a data nut one. I love how you start rolling it out and it concaves itself because it's so spirally. Can you see all the lamination layers coming out? That's super cool, man. Okay, so these are gonna be dumpling wrapper style, where the edges have to be thinner because they all get bunched underneath. I need them to be thinner so I can reach to close, and the center needs to be thicker so it doesn't burst. Dumpling skin skills, baby. Okay, here's a peanut one. This is fun! Can you see? I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting you can't see anything when I block your eyesight like that. Oh, lard. I need to use lard in the future. Lard is the way. lard is the way. True, I could put poppy seeds on top of the poppy one, and I could put sesame seeds on top of the peanut brittle one. Great idea. And I could leave the red dates alone. Oh, darn it. That's a really bad split. That's a really horrible split. Okay, let me try to roll that out again. Maybe there's another seed I can put on. Okay, let me pour some poppy seeds out in a dish. And then sesame seeds out in another dish. Mooncake all-nighter. This feels much more satisfying than making the kind of mooncake that I've been making in the past couple of years because, one, it's a departure, but two, it oddly reminds me of making dumplings for grandma because of all the rolling that I have to do. Here's a baby one with a baby filling. We're making mooncakes. Welcome. I'm in such a good mood now because everything's starting to get assembled. Oh gosh. We're finding new ways to roll out the mooncake skin so that it's thinner on the outside, making it easier to close on the back end, and thicker on the front side so that it doesn't create cracks. How to balance all of that. Yeah, this dough is also harder to stretch to close because we made it with not lard. I think lard is the key. Lard is most similar to shortening and makes the doughs way more malleable. And I think just without that malleability, every part of this assembly has been hard, from chilling the dough to rolling it out to closing it. Like, this is not a full close, but I'm just gonna whatever it. It'll be whatever. Taking suggestions on what you think I can top the red date mixture with. That technically is an almond. Jujube one. Maybe we can do the star anise thing with the food coloring later. Maybe it can be a green. I don't have red, unfortunately. Maybe it can be a green food coloring later. Or something else. I definitely don't have enough wrappers. Darn it. We knew this. I should have made the original batch, but I also wasn't going to have enough flour anyway, so there it is. There it is. I feel like I learned a lot on this first run through with this mooncake style for sure. Hopefully we'll be wiser when I make it again. Yeah, this dough is just falling apart. Like me. What's your favorite thing to eat in Malaysia? Maybe Aaron can eat it for you and you can live vicariously through his Instagram stories like I do. I do have red yeast powder. I'm not a fan of how it tastes though. And I have rose powder, but that's not really red. I could put sprinkles on top, but that's not very Chinese. Giving my dildo a little squeeze to elongate it. Maybe, hopefully, we can stretch out some more rounds if I do this. If I juice it up a little bit. Yeah, I have sumac. It's very red, but yes, tart. I have hibiscus too. some of these rounds are just not staying closed. Darn. I guess my distribution was not on point. Hey, Memo. Hi. Came to say hi? Did you hear that? Yeah, babes? You gotta eat your probiotics, please. I can't give you treats. You gotta fix your gut. You gotta fix your gut. Fix your gut, fix your gut. Gotta fix your gut. Fix it so I don't have to clean up your diarrhea every day, baby. Eliza girl, I ain't got that energy, but good thinking. What you doing? Ow, yeah, ow. Ow, ow, what? You want treats? You never do this to me when I'm not on a live. You never come over and sit and yell at me for not giving you treats. You know you have an audience. I gotta plug you in, folks, so we'll see if you stay on. What? You wanna smell? You wanna smell a little mooncake? I'm making mooncakes, baby. You can hop on the chair. You want to hop on this chair? You can look at me from the chair. Yes, squeaky toy. What would you like, squeaky toy? What would you like? Did you throw up somewhere and you want me to find it? Hmm? What you doing? Just chillin'. Just chillin'. Guys, this is so demoralizing. I swear. Memo has cursed this dough. He's cursed this dough so that I give up and I go feed him a treat that just gives him diarrhea. And I worry about him dying as he's giving diarrhea to the litter box. That's my life now. Hi, here's my date filling. You don't like that. You don't like the date filling. Okay. Do you want to smell the yolk? The vegan egg? Yeah. 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 Where? Where are you leading me? I don't want to go. I don't want to go right now. I'm sorry. Can you give me an hour? What are you doing? You never do this to me. Don't worry, Karen. You missed 4 hours of us making this dough that is just so beautiful and totally not falling apart on me. Memo has cursed this dough. It is getting worse as I roll towards the center. My cat has cursed the dough. Rolling the log this way. I think I just did a very poor job laminating it, unfortunately, which is why all the layers are peeling now as I roll it out. I probably used, honestly, too many different kinds of oils. I wasn't thinking about this, but using too many different kinds of oils leads to the dough being striated differently when you exert pressure on it, probably, because, I don't know, it's probably just all different densities and shit like that, who knows. Alright, I'm gonna wrap an egg yolk in the middle of a halva, like so, and we'll see how that does. I do think I need another tray for the egg yolk babies. Definitely gonna come apart in the bake for sure. Yeah, it looks like we're making dumplings, doesn't it? He's just bored prowling in the background. What a funny guy. With a date now. Oh, such a mess. Such a mess. Just cracking here, cracking there. Hi, babes. You see him next on the corner of the Vitamix? He's hiding out. He doesn't want you to see him. You're still 3, Becca. For me. The dough is probably warm, but I'm not gonna fridge it. You know, like the coconut oil is too hard to work with frozen. I'll give him some yogurt. Sure, that's a good idea. I've offered it to him in the past. He's like licked it once and then just walked away. You mean as a way to get probiotics into him, right? Girl, I have tried, girl. I've tried many things. Many things, many ways. I have tried. You think this cat will eat natto? Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. It's looking more and more dismal, but hopefully once it bakes, who knows? And if not, then I learned, and I shall eat my mistakes for the next month. Yeah, this dough is definitely drying out too. Probably should have kept it covered. That's an idea. I have the mooncake presses, but it's not really for this kind of dough. That's for a more malleable kind of cake dough. I might actually make a batch of that dough in case I have too many fillings left over. Technically, Mid-Autumn Festival isn't until October 6th this year, so I have next weekend, I guess. What if I dab a little water? Will that help you at all? Will that help you at all? If I dab a little water? No. Oh, that was so bad. That was such a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't do that. Terrible idea. Won't know till you try, though. You're back, baby. What do you want? Yes? Is there a mouse under there? You bored? You bored, baby? You want to smell? This is my peanut brittle with egg yolk. You want to smell it? No, no interest. Okay. It looks decent from the top and terrible on the bottom. Sing me the song of your people. Sing me a song of your people. Sing me a song, a song? What, babes? Do you want a lolly? Hmm? Do you want a lolly? You want me to take a break? Do you want me to take a break so we can give you a lolly? Okay. All right, I'm gonna take a bite of food and we're gonna get you a lolly, and if you don't eat it, I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to kill you if you don't eat the lolly. Do you understand? High stakes here, bud. Let's go. I will literally squish you to death if you don't eat this lolly. Do you understand? It will squish you to death. I just have your salmon, tuna, and chicken crumbs flying all over my apartment floor, my bed, my nostrils. It's probably in my hair. My hair's probably also got your fecal matter. Do you think this house is yours? Hmm? Well, you wouldn't know he's been diarrheaing every day of this week except one. Just a little sharp master. You're a little sharp master. Want some more? Oop, oop. There you go. Yeah, projectile vomiting. That usually happens after the diarrhea, and he usually does it in 3 different spots, and sometimes a 4th. And when he does it in a 4th spot, I don't find it until like 4 days later, after it's already kind of seeped into my hardwood floor and stained it forever. He's a gross little handsome guy. You're so handsome but so disgusting. Yes, let us look at your diarrhea butthole. Delicious. I'm so glad you ate it. Now I don't have to kill you. Yet. Not yet. Okay, are you satisfied, my lord? I have scooped your litter box twice now, once of diarrhea, twice of pee. I've washed my hands thrice, and I hope you will enjoy your little snack digestion. Please do not throw up on the bed that I just did the laundry for yesterday. If you do throw up, please make sure you steer clear of the cushions, the fabrics, and the unwashable furniture. Thank you very much in anticipation of your cooperation, and if you do not cooperate, I will simply cry. There will be no consequences for you whatsoever, because I am a fucking cat simp. All right. We're back. Imitation crab and kimchi? Interesting. But, I mean, I'm kind of eating kimchi, but not kimchi. It's cabbage cousin. Instant pot cabbage. I'm glad Memo has his fan base now too. I wonder if cats experience visual attraction the way humans do. Back to the task at hand. What's wrong with my ankle? Why doesn't it look good anymore? Wow, you can see more from this angle. Oh, except you can also see the charging cord. Ugh! Okay. I'm totally a professional, I swear. Lando, welcome. Oh my goodness, the party is all here. Welcome, dearly beloved. It's good. New York is good. Noisy as fuck, rude as hell, expensive, dirty, corrupt, MTA's falling apart, but it's good, it's cool, it's chill. I never go outside of my door anymore, so, except to get cat food, so. What is the best thing I've cooked that is delicious? Girl, you know I don't make delicious things. I just do things. I don't think of the consequences. I don't think of the future. The future does not exist. The future does not exist. Wow. Just beautiful mistakes is all we're making tonight. Yes. I need like a choir behind me to sing that chorus. Making beautiful mistakes. Nothing more. Ay, 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 this is a mess. Such a mess. All falling apart. I don't understand people who don't like mushy food. Like, were you never a baby? Do you not remember how mushy food nourished you when you were infantile and absolutely useless? And also an existential risk to have around because you could not stop crying and could not literally do anything. Do you not remember those days of how mush foods carried you? Have some gratitude. Have some gratitude for the mush almighty. I mean, don't we all eat? Guys, I pack on weight in the winter, but my weight might not look like your weight. And your body frame and genetics is probably not my body frame and genetics. we are all our own worst critics, right? So I don't think, obviously I still judge myself in the mirror these days, but there were a long stretch of time, like I would say 2 decades, where I was really harsh and hyper fixated on my physical perceived imperfections, and I think it's only this year that I mostly stopped giving a fuck, and it's been very delicious. It's been very delicious to stare at myself in the mirror and just be like, alright, okay. And then keep on with my day. What's a mooncake? There are many different kinds of mooncakes. I am making a flaky pastry kind tonight. My first time making it, so please, this is not an ideal situation. This is just a hodgepodge experimentation. But previously I've used a stamp mechanism to make more of a cakey exterior mooncake. If you look up mooncakes, there are many different types coming from different regions of China, but mooncakes are basically a Chinese pastry dessert item that looks like a little cake. Very dense inside with sugar and fat, depending on the recipe. To celebrate Mid-Autumn Festival, which is coming up in a week or so, it is when the moon is the roundest all year long, and I guess it's meant to celebrate like the harvest season. It's a Chinese holiday. Did I tell it right, chat? Did I get it? Am I Chinese enough yet? I don't really celebrate the holiday or know what it's for. I just grew up eating mooncakes on Mid-Autumn Festival. So now, instead of buying mooncakes, when I have the health and the energy to, I like to try my hand at making mooncakes. That way I can, 1, experiment and learn how to do things that I'm not used to doing. 2, experiment with different filling flavors, because most stores carry flavors like red bean paste, black sesame, data nut, which we did tonight. We did a little version of data nut. There's also newfangled flavors like taro and ube and matcha and durian. Sometimes they have a salted egg yolk, so I made a vegan salted egg yolk. This is made with mung beans, miso, and nutritional yeast. Yeah, there's just many different kinds. It can be as different as pie, basically. I sort of think of it as a Chinese pie too, honestly. Because it's so dense, no one really, I mean, these ones are smaller and they're not as like sweet or fatty, but the ones that I used to grow up with, they're as big as a fist, a man's fist maybe, and they're really dense. They're almost as dense as like American fudge on the inside, and if you were to eat one in a single sitting, it could be anywhere from 600 to 900 calories in that single mooncake. So normally when I used to celebrate with my parents, we would all kind of just slice it up into quarters or even smaller pieces and each take a triangle and just share that mooncake. But because I can make some on my own, I can make them less sweet, I can make them not so dense, and I could try more flavors and eat more of them, but they're not perfect. Obviously, this is supposed to be enclosed on the bottom. These are not going to be enclosed on the bottom, and I've given up on trying to make them enclosed on the bottom. Yes, that is the mythology of the mooncake. Indeed, apparently it was pivotal in conveying a message. Someone hid a wartime message in the middle of a mooncake and led to consequent victory because of that hidden message in the mooncake. So that is one of the legends of the mooncake. I grew up with that story too. Ay, 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 this one is bad. This one is so bad. I did not laminate this dough properly, and I'm suffering the consequences of it now. It's falling apart as I roll it out, which is making assembly super hard and difficult and disastrous. But again, we live and we learn. Vegan egg yolks recipe is mung bean mash. So I cooked mung beans in the Instant Pot with very little water so that they were half boiled, half steamed, so I didn't have to cook off so much more moisture. Then I added sugar. Wait, what was this? This was sesame. Okay. Sorry, I have different fillings going on, so I'm putting a little topping on each one to remind myself what the filling is. And after that mash is cooked, I also put sugar in there. I basically made sure to puree it until smooth, and then I added miso and nutritional yeast, and I pureed that together until we got one of these little balls. It's a salty umami bomb meant to mimic the salted duck egg yolk that is found in a lot of fancier, more expensive mooncakes. I have a particular liking for the lotus seed mooncake filling with double egg yolk. I love that sweet and savory crossover in that flavor. And the lotus is like a white bean paste with lotus seed, which can taste a little bit like a lighter, chewier chestnut, I would say. It reminds me of a chestnut. Holden, I've really been in my own New York rom-com movie, and let me just tell you, I've ended up with broken heart, lowered self-esteem, mono, which technically feels like an STD, that has ruined my health for the last year and really compounded my long COVID symptoms to a debilitating degree. I've given away a lot of money, and heart and soul and faith in humankind, and I really don't think that I need another rom-com in my life for a while. So I'm not strong enough for a love story, unfortunately. I've learned that I do not have the constitution for the men that float around in New York. But thank you. I love how you gas me up with your very kind, considerate trolling. It's always a treat when you're in the crowd. There is a very delightful, warm feeling that happens when I see so much of the old crew pop up in a live. I guess because I've not had a lot of evening lives, but brings me back to the good old days. of being in Woodside. Also back when Mom was still alive. Damn. What a life. Do you guys think straight men or gay, I guess we're overgeneralizing here, but just play along. Do you think straight men or gay men are more moral in the way they deal with love dynamics? I don't know. I just feel like I've met a lot of unfortunately untruthful people when I was dating. And now I've forgotten what filling this was. I think this was date. Okay. And I just wonder, is this a straight man problem? Or is this just a man problem? Or is this just the people problem? Maybe everybody's shitty. Maybe I'm also shitty. And I just don't realize how shitty I am because I've never experienced myself. But like, maybe I'm just as shitty. Yeah, okay. I think it's just the cultural crisis at this point, maybe. Gay men are more upfront than straight men? About what, though? About everything? Honestly, like, if men were upfront about oh my goodness, if men were upfront with me about the fact that they needed more partners and wanted to be poly, great, right? But like, some of them just don't, I feel like some of them really like to lie. And maybe they don't even think that they're lying. Maybe they just feel like they're playing a game of being whatever in their mind. But it's not even like I'm judging them for what they need. I don't need to be technically monogamous. I just need someone to be honest. And I have had the most difficult time in finding people who are willing to be honest because I feel like they're trying to hide who they actually are from me in order to get what they want from me. And I don't know where they got the idea that they have to lie in order to get what they want from me. Like, very sad. Very sad and disappointing. Oh God. Falling apart. Falling apart. The story of mooncakes and days with men. I've even had a partner say to me, oh, I used to be so oblivious with women, I can't pick up cues when they were trying to flirt with me. But like, girl, that's not the whole story. Like, they also have egos, right? And they have fragile egos sometimes, and they can't stand it when I pick on their egos and question it and inspect it. And that's just really weak, man. That's just really weak. If we're gonna date, I'm gonna have to get to know you. And if you've never thought about yourself before, you're gonna have to think about yourself a little bit more, because I'm gonna make you think about yourself a little bit more, you know? But I don't think people can handle it. Not just men. Not just men. I think I come up across this issue at work too. I think I really unnerve people with the questions that I ask, the amount of questions that I pose. I think it's a matter of fragile egos, because I've tripped up managers too with the way that I interact and question everything. And in my framework, I question things because I want to understand things, not because I want to attack you, but I feel like it's received very poorly sometimes. And I either exhaust them or I frighten them with the questions that I ask and the volume with which I ask it all. And I don't blame them. I used to not understand it, but I think I understand it now. I think I understand it now. I've gotten really old in the last 4 years, y'all. Like, I have aged. I said it with a sigh, but it's not a mournful one. It's just a very reflective, exhausting one. There's been a lot of things. Okay, I have 5, 11. I don't think I'm gonna get all these rounds wrapped with the dough that I have left, which is fine. Totally fine. But if I don't do the egg yolks, I might be able to squeeze out 2 more wrappers because I can make them thinner. Okay, let's try that theory out. I was not a man hater, and I still am not, but I really have to say that, like, online dating, seriously, for me at least, I had a serious mindset going into online dating. Like, I wasn't set on finding marriage, but I was set on finding someone, hopefully, out of the experience, and unfortunately, even the ones that I thought was serious turned out to be heartbreakingly non-committal. Nobody has the endurance anymore to, like, really problem solve and conflict resolve together. I think everybody feels very able to be dismissive of each other because the illusion of online dating is that you have endless amounts of options. You have so many candidates waiting for you on the other side of the algo, so it's just like, oh, well, if this person is not really, you know, easy to work out things with, aka any conflict, I'm just gonna go find someone else. And that's heartbreaking. I personally don't think you can find a relationship without conflict, and I don't trust a relationship where you don't have conflict, honestly. So I feel like people are just gonna abandon each other because they can't seem to withstand problems, which I feel are an inherent feature of relationships. People must have this idea of like a fairy tale fit where you don't need to even try and the other person will just magically understand you. I don't know, man. I guess that's possible. birthday. Someone's birthday. Kim's birthday. Wow. So many late September babies. Never did I think I was gonna spend 10 hours on a Friday making mooncakes in one go. Damn, okay. Oh my gosh, so many birthdays! How many mooncakes have I made? I've made this tray, so that's 9 plus, that's 15 plus the 23 plus this tray. They look dismal, but 23, 25, 29, 30, 37 so far. Well, it's good, right? I remember last year this time I barely could stand for an hour. So thank God that some of my stamina have come back, but unfortunately I've lost pretty much all of my muscle, which is causing a lot of joint pains right now. I was like really upset with losing all of my gym gains, but now I'm actually just terrified because all of my joints are going. So I'm trying to find more movement. Obviously it's probably affecting my cholesterol too. My cholesterol shot up this year by like 50 points. It's quite horrifying what a year of inactivity will do to you. And this is also why I still mask when I go outside, because shit is scary. Shit is scary when you have chronic illness that is just exacerbated by new illness. So I'm trying my best to not get any bugs, but you know, as you all know, you will get bugs. You just need to try to eliminate it as much as possible if you can. It's like my knees sound like baby bubble wrap every time I squat now. No weights, just the body squat. Sometimes the left one hurts, sometimes it doesn't. But even when it doesn't hurt, that sensation paired with the sound of bubble wrap popping off in your knee is like, ugh. Kind of makes me nauseated a little bit to think about what the fuck is going on inside. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful that I still have a job with coworkers that I love to work with. They seem like really cool, interesting, understanding, knowledgeable people who are kind and believe in doing something that is not evil for money. I have friends who care about me and bring me back snacks and send me articles and give me movie suggestions. I have a really sick cat that unfortunately I hate seeing sick, but he's kept me company for the last year, and I'm really grateful of everything that he's taught me. I'm really, 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 really grateful for having gone through hinge dating. Truly, because I think it's taught me so much about human psychology and dynamics that I otherwise would not have picked up on. And I think it's been like a really wild ride, but at the end of the day, I'm really glad to have learned that lesson, because it's also led me to really understand myself a lot better and appreciate myself for all of the weirdnesses that I think have been unacceptable for so much of my life. Kind of like externalized shame that I've been able to work through rejection. And just being able to learn so much. Like, yeah, the internet is getting crazy. Yeah, technology is getting out of hand. Yes, there's so much awfulness in the world, but at no other time in history have we been able to learn so much and to access so much information, and that obviously comes at a deep, steep cost, both to our mental health and to the environment and to geopolitical shit and, you know, surveillance and all of that, but there's a lot that we have now. And so just knowing what we want to do with this all, everything that is given to us is kind of like a piece of richness that we just have to decide how to best handle. We have choice. It's hard to have choice, but we have choice. So I'm thankful that I have a place to live, that housing insecurity is not affecting me yet. I'm thankful that I have pantries of food with freezers full of ingredients. I'm thankful that I have a job that gives me free spices, that lets me learn about both flavors and the world and plants and how things are farmed so that they can be nourishing. There's a lot to be thankful for. I'm thankful for all that my mom taught me in her life, in her death. I'm thankful for experiencing grief, because I think I can tolerate more now, and maybe that means that I can also share some of this endurance knowledge with others if they need it at any point. What social media app can make you money? All of them can, but I'm grateful that I don't need to be on a social media app for money right now. It's a terrible time to make money on the internet, I feel, because so much of tech is implicated in awful advances right now. AI terrifies me sometimes. It's great for some things, but also really horrible in the way that it's implemented. And so I really, really want to break away sometimes from the internet, from social media. And I'm really grateful that I have the ability to not have to make money on social media. Technically, YouTube makes me money too. It just makes me like $12 per live, which after tax is less. So I'm working for $19.59 minimum wage here on these lives, but I don't do these for the money. Obviously, I think they're a great mental excursion. It's just cool to do something where I get to talk to strangers. and see what their thoughts are on things while I make crappy mooncakes for 10 hours. Yeah, I mean, in a time where so many people are struggling with so many different things, I've been given a lot. So I feel very blessed. There's really nothing to complain about. My health's not great, but so many people are struggling. So we're just all struggling together in different ways. We'll just have to find a way to resolve whatever issues until we can't, and then we proceed on to the next stage of life, whatever that might be. Guys, except for some egg yolks, I think we made enough dough to kind of do all the mooncakes, so yay. Even though they're not covered fully and kind of ugly and dried out now. But we did it. The question now is, do we bake it tonight? Am I masochistic? No, I'm not masochistic enough to bake it tonight. It's already 10:35 p.m. Holy shit, I gotta go stretch and sleep. I will bake these tomorrow morning, hopefully before I run off to the play with my friend. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I really want to try that star anise dye thing. So I'm just going to do it with the green food dye and see what happens. Oh, big stretch. Oh, God. This one looks like a perfect one to use. So when I cook things, guys, I don't really set out to cook any particular thing. I just make do with what I have. Obviously for the Budget Eats series, like, yes, I did it for entertainment value, but when I cook for myself, I don't really have anything in mind. I just use up whatever is available. So that didn't work. That did not work at all. Okay, that's more of a user error. Okay, that last one was pretty, kind of. You see that one on the bottom? Nice, all right. I just had to get the hang of it. Cute. Now, where do I store these is the problem. I also have these egg yolks. These little mung bean egg yolks. I can probably eat them. guess I can store them in the oven, but I would rather put them in the fridge. Just in case. Who knows? What if I have roaches in there? You know. Oh my goodness, I'm so exhausted. This was such a bad move to do this all in one day. But it's done. Where? Yes, there. Slowly losing my brain. Don't worry. My energy just crashed right after I finished stamping. Probably because my brain was like, all right, you're done. You completed your task, now you can crash. By the way, making the date filling took 4 hours. No joke. I washed the dates, I dried them, oops. And then I split out all the pits from them. That took like an hour. And then I blended them, that took another 40 minutes. All right, these babies. I ruined the star design by stacking the plates on top, but whatever. Okay. Whatever. Making mooncakes from scratch is like, you gotta do it because you love it. You're otherwise just buy the damn thing. Probably gonna have to do 20 minutes of cleanup here too while I eat my dinner. Dishes, countertop, floor. Gosh, I'm so grateful for this counter space. If we're still on gratitude, do you remember the budget eats days? Now look at how poor I am at utilizing space and maximizing it. It's really good that I get to clean the counter space. That way we know it's clean, unlike my floors. My floors are a disaster right now. Disaster. I also just want to make sure I don't have soap left on the countertop because I am a firm believer in the 5-second rule, and I just want to give myself chances of success in terms of eating something that's been dropped and not dying from it. So an extra wipe is well worth the effort for not dying. In order to support my frugality and my laziness. We must pay for it on some front. Yes, yes, yes. What I have been doing a very poor job of is hydrating myself, which is probably why I'm so tired. That is good stuff. at me still eating dinner at 11 p.m. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. Outrageous. All right. Wow. I hope it bakes tomorrow. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Just salvaging some of my burnt walnuts. Oh yeah, I get fur in my food too sometimes. I don't even know how it gets there. I think you just gotta factor it into your diet. You know? I mean, I probably have a lot of toxoplasmosis in me by this point. I've been cleaning the cat litter nonstop. He's got diarrhea butt. He won't let me wipe him. His fur is everywhere. Sometimes I find it in my food. Like, who knows how much parasite I've already eaten. I don't think you can escape it. So if you have a cat, you gotta eat fur. It just comes. It just comes with the pet ownership. For a long time, I have tried to be as sanitary as possible. I was raised by a germophobic mom, Oh my god. If she saw the way I live now with a cat, holy schmoly. Wow. Wow, now we have the Instant Pot to clean. LOL. I'm so tired. I'm gonna fall asleep on my yoga mat. Just stretched and fall out of consciousness. was in the bowl, Instant Pot cabbage and carrots, and some imitation crab meat. That was my dinner. And this is my compost. Food droplets on my new countertop that's been cleaned 4 times. No. Absolutely not. Yeah, I was always kind of pescatarian because I needed to keep my protein up because my muscles were already kind of disappearing and I didn't want my body to like keep feasting on itself. So I stuck to canned fish for the most part. Otherwise, yeah, just pescatarian and mostly vegetarian. I would have yogurt, low fat or fat-free yogurt now. No other dairy, except today. Treated myself to some butter in the mooncake today. Hello. You have come at the tail end of a very long day of streaming. But I am glad I did it, because I know that if I did not stream today, these mooncakes would likely have never manifested. So. We came, we tried, we mostly conquered. Wow, I have a headache right now. What is this gross thing on the floor? So many gross things on the floor. Oh my gosh, you guys. He's being such a cute little loaf on the bed. Shall we go see how cute he is while I go eat the rest of my dinner and bid you farewell? I'm absolutely exhausted. Look at how cute he is. Hi. Baby. I've come for a little sprinkle of your hair on my food. Hi, cutie. What a little sweet bum. What a little sweet bum. This is usually what my dinners look like. Just me sitting on the edge of the bed, Memo looking at me eat. Me talking to invisible people. he settles down too. You want some antibiotics? Should we go to the vet and get you some antibiotics? Would you eat them? Would you be a good boy and eat your antibiotics? Yeah? Okay. I'll call them tomorrow and see what they can give us. Yes, he likes to nudge up on my head where my pillow is. Hi. You're so cute. You're so cute. Some women look at babies and their ovaries hurt. I look at Cat and my ovaries explode out of existence. Hi, baby. You're so handsome. You have something on your face, babes. Just trying to get it off your face. I know. I would force the medication down him if I knew that I would escape unscathed. But he's already bitten me twice and scratched my flesh off. So in my compromised state, I'm honestly not willing to force medication and traumatize him while also putting myself at risk of further injury. It's just not. It's a lose-lose situation. I think it's gonna make him lose trust in me. It's gonna make him feel terrified. He has a lot of trust issues. Whenever my friends come over, he immediately hides in the closet and refuses to come out for hours. So I'm really just trying to make him comfortable, and I don't want to force him to do anything he doesn't want to do. So yeah. That's it. Wow, thank you guys for joining me. What a day. I don't know, those of you who joined from the very start, why you would watch someone for 8 hours, but I'm glad you did. And I hope this was fun for you. And I hope to go live tomorrow or Sunday to bake off the mooncakes. I'm hoping tomorrow morning. But we shall see how my energy is when I wake up. The pro to baking it tomorrow is I could take some to my friend Giannis when we go see our play. I think he might be into the halva one. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, folks. I bid you a good night. Congratulations for surviving the week. And eat your vitamins. I think I already did that. Did I do that? I think I already did that. Drink more water than I did tonight. Get more sleep than I do every night. And stretch. Yes, Giannis is the Latvian. Good memory. He's a beautiful gazelle of a Latvian friend. Yes. All right. Bye. Take care. Sweet dreams.